Good morning, students. Right. So once again, we take it here. The new chapter that is, I think it's in your third chapter. If I'll go with the NCERT, right? So motion in a straight line. So we all know that straight lines means very simple. Always keep it in mind when we discuss about the chapter. So we are in a straight line. So what happened in the straight lines? We have to discuss in this chapter. Let me come first with the motion. So what do you say? To whom we say it is a motion? Clear? When an object is said to be in motion, right, if it changes its position, so suppose you are changing the position from one point to another, is it right? So when you change the positions, but when we are discuss about the time, so when we change the positions, but with respect to time, when we have discussed, so how much time it takes to change the positions, then these all are a type of what motions, is it right? So let me discuss some very basic motions like translational motion, rotational motion and vibrational motions. Rest all are the motions or the what sub part or the sub para of these three types of motions. First of all, the translational motions. So like a box or a wheel or any object which is moved in a straight line. You can see these are the two particles of an object, and this both the particles are in what same directions when they move. Is it right? Or when the body will move. That's why I've written here an object is in translational motion if any two points on the object, is it clear, remains parallel throughout the motion. Is it right? Now you can see now the second body, if this is the axis of rotation through which the body will rotate or move, is it right? Then we can see in the object there are 4 points we have taken, and all the 4 points are what concentric in circle, is it right? The object has a rotational motion if all the particles of the object move in the concentric circles. So this we can say this is called what rotational motions. The difference between these two are right. So if I'll take in our day-to-day life examples, right? Let me take the example of this. Is it clear? My marker. Is it right? So if I'll say rotation, then this is called the rotation. Why? Because axis of rotation is from the center and that is fixed. And if I say translational, then to whom we say the translational? Suppose this is my inclined surface, is it right? And in this inclined surface, if the object is moving this way, then this is called what? Translational motion. But rotation and translation, I think it's now let me combine both the motion. Yes, if I combine both the motions, can you guess which type of motion will be there? Yes, this is called rolling motion. कैसे होगा ये? This is translational, this is rotation, then this is called rolling. In rolling, translation will also takes place and rotation is also takes place. So that means both the motions are given. Now in the vibrational motion, the object has a vibrational motion if the object moves to and fro. To and fro means, for example, like this. Going in one direction, another direction, coming in one direction, again going in another direction. So example of this is a simple pendulum we can take. If I'll take a spring, is it right? A mass attached with a spring, and if I release the spring, then it will move like this way. This is also called to and fro motion. So this is also a vibrational motion. Now come to the points here. Whenever you change the position from one point to the another, definitely you covered some what, either distance or some displacement. So when we cover distance or displacement, definitely they both are have a term same, the terms are same, but their magnitude sometimes it is different. Is it right? Why it is different? Because someone is a scalar and someone is a vector quantity. So once again come to the point, distance we have already done, it is in class 9, so little bit more informations about both the physical quantities in the class 11. Distance is the longest path, displacement is the shortest path. Example, suppose you start your journey from O, reach to A, to B, again return back to A. So when you come return back to A, then what we see, we have to see the starting and the ending points. The distance between the starting and the ending points is 10 kilometer. So I will write 10 kilometer is my displacement. Is it right? 10 kilometer is my what? Displacement. If you come here, then same here also. If you start your journey from the O, reach to A to B, again return back to A, then here it is the longest path. So here I will not say the starting and ending. Here I will say the total path covered. This is the difference. 10, 10, return back again 10. So it is here it is 30 kilometer. So 30 kilometer is the what? The distance. The displacement is 10 kilometer. It is a scalar, no directions, but it has a direction. Due to this direction, it can be negative and 0 also, but distance is always what? Positive. Now, when we compare both the, chalo compare kar liya. When we compare both, then we can say the distance is always greater than the displacement, or it is sometimes equal. How it is equal? Suppose you start your journey from the O and reach to A. So what is distance? It is 10. What is displacement? Also 10. When you reach at B, your distance is 20. Your displacement is also 20. Is it right? Okay. But when you return back to A, then your displacement become 10, but your distance is how much? 30. Your distance is how much? 30. But your displacement is what? 10. But when you return back to O, then your displacement is what? 0. Whereas your distance is 20, 40 kilometers. Suppose you start your journey and reach to O and return again to C. That means if I compare your directions from the beginning, then you move in opposite direction. So when you move in opposite direction, that time we use here the negative term. Then again, if it is suppose 10 kilometer, then I can say from here to here it is what? 10. But 10 it is negative. So this is the importance of negative. Where in distance we never use any negative. We simply say 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. That means how much? 50. Okay. Yes dear. So related with the distance and displacement, there is a question. So this is a question for you only. I will not solve. It's very simple. You can do it. Right? If a body covers circular path, radius is given in 20 seconds. Is it right? Cover circular path means total circular in the 20 seconds. Calculate the distance and displacement of the body at the end of 70 seconds. So in the 70 seconds, how much he distance covered and displacement covered in 70 seconds. You have to find. It's very simple. Is it clear? Now I am coming with the topic only. So whenever we covered some distance, first of all the motion, changing the position. When you change the position, then definitely you covered some distance. Is it right? And whenever you cover some distance with respect to time, then what we say, this is called what? The speed. First let me discuss about the speed, or we can say it is velocity also. But let me discuss about the speed. As we know, this is a scalar quantity, already we mentioned, not mentioned, then please write down them, right? This is a scalar quantity, definitely. The rate of change of position of an object with time. Means whenever we change the position with respect to time, right, in any directions, that means there is no direction, then it is called the speed. Where speed is equal to distance traveled by the time taken. Types of speed. So there are two types of speeds are there. One is uniform, another is non-uniform. What is uniform? So whenever you covered some positions, right, so said to be uniform, when we cover some distance in equal interval of time, when you cover some distance and equal interval of time, example, so let me take an example here. It is, if it is O is a position, you reach at A, suppose this is 10 meter, right, and it takes suppose 1 second again to B. This is the second interval, that's why we have written here equal distance in equal interval of time. So suppose it is also take 1 second, it is also 10 meter, so equal distance, equal interval of time. This is called equal interval. So whenever such type of what do you have this distances with respect to time, whenever you covered, then these all are uniform. And in these conditions, if I am going to plot a graph between the distance and time, definitely I will get this uniform. Uniform, this is called definitely uniform speed. Let me clear you. Uniform speed. And even if I'll plot a graph between the speed and time, then also if I'm going to discuss uniform, so this is again the uniform. Uniform क्या होता है? Uniform मतलब same. Yes. For example here, distance is 10, time is 1. So I will get 10 meter per second here, also 10 meters. So what is this? This is same. So that's why the speed will remain same. ये है graph का importance. Clear? And some more graph will come. So let me come one by one, right? Non-uniform means not equal. It is different. What is different? Either of the two. Either distance is different or the time will be different. That's why I've written if it is covers equal distance but unequal interval of time. Once again, plot a graph. In the plotted graph, sorry, I think it is a distance, right? Distance, if you come, distance, my mistake. If you plot a graph between the distance and time, definitely you will get this what? Definitely what you call this is hyperbola. Is it right? Parabola, but hyperbola, sorry. So this hyperbola, this type of graph are always give you non-uniform. But the graph is also indicate that you are in the increasing in order. Maybe it is different, but it is in the increasing in order. Increasing order का मतलब, and definitely if you plot a graph between the speed and time, is it right? And this is and sorry, is it right? So definitely I will get this topic. This graph indicate it is a sloping is coming upward, है ना? यानी कि ये increasing में जा रहा है. Increasing in the sense what? Suppose O to A, if it is 10 meter, if it is take 1 second, is it right? So suppose A to B, it is also 10 meter, but if it is take half second, तो यहाँ पे तो 10 meter per second आ जाएगा, but here it will become 20 meter per second. So what happened? Your speed is what? Increasing, but not equal. Not equal and increasing. That's why increasing term. Maybe it is decreasing. Decreasing होगा तो इसको नीचे की तरफ बनाएंगे. It will come downward. So there are so many other such type of graphs are there. You have to clarify your doubts in this graph because इस chapter में सबसे ज़्यादा important ग्राफिक का ही होता है. Is it clear? Yes. तो next see.